Okay, this is for VE029. VE029. Okay.
Hey, April.
Hello. Hi, Chella. Okay. All right. So I'm recording this session for base review as well. Okay, just letting everyone know. So I just opened up the new VE029 here. Okay, and this is what you get inside the package. Okay, so you have, oops, you have the interior assembly, exterior assembly. You have the lever latch. You have a mounting plate. And of course, you get keys, you get strike plates, and whatnot, and the hardware, of course. Okay. And with this one, you also receive a little key, Allen wrench key. That's for the liver. Okay, so which we will go over that. So we're gonna and this one, okay, this one just like all the other Wi-Fi ones, you could put A batteries, AA battery instead of four. Okay, so we'll go over that as well. So we're gonna do this like where a client might do it, okay? Which is we're gonna start with the video and then we're gonna follow through with the video and we can see the challenges that customers may face when you're doing this, okay? So these are the items that you will get, okay? And I did get all that. You look, there's a hex wrench, which is the stain. Okay, that's kind of different from any of the other, most of the other deadbolt products. Right? And of course, keep the door open. Okay, otherwise, in the middle, after you install this, you will have trouble opening it. Okay, so definitely keep the door open when you're installing. Of course, there's measurements, making sure that it's within the door is within the standard North American doors. Okay, so this came up in one of the recent cases. Okay, sometimes, okay, there's three installation methods. If the customer has only one, like the very left photo here, if the customer only has one door hole, okay, obviously you just install as that one door hole. If the customer has double and latch, okay, you can install it in the middle picture, or if the distance between, because this thing is kind of wide, it's kind of long, right? So if some customers their top hole to the bottom door hole, there's not a lot of space here. If that's the case, they could also switch like the third picture. Put the liver on top, okay, and the regular deadbolt on the bottom. Everyone got that?
Yeah.
Let me know
Yes,
you
got
guys
it.
have any questions on that.
Yes, got it.
Okay, so right now we're installing as one door hole. So obviously you just install it, you know. So we're gonna do that. Single door hole. Okay, we're gonna start it like this. And this is just the latch part. Okay, all right, so that's on. All right. Okay, now install on the exterior. So the exterior is right here. All right, and this again, the video explains sometimes if you don't have enough distance between the two holes, sometimes you need to switch the bottom and the top. Okay, so let's take a look over here. Okay, so sometimes if they're backsit, just like any other, just like the devil, there's backsit distance. So this backsit distance means that this hole where this middle hole here has to be right in the middle, okay, of the door hole. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay, and there's one adjustment for the latch here. Okay, so this diagram tells people that it has to be in the middle. And this explains, how the door opens inward or outward, depending on your door opening orientation. Okay, so left-handed door and right-handed door. Okay, so with this lever type, it's always a little bit confusing in the beginning. So it depends on whether or not you have you want to open the door this way. Oh my gosh. Okay, this way or that way. Okay, so depending, so this one is kind of hard to tell. Okay, but we're gonna pretend. Oops. We're gonna pretend that it's oriented just this way. Okay, we'll try it this way first. Okay, so you turn the you turn the handle to the right direction and you tighten this little screw here, right here. There's a hex key, okay, which is this one with the hex. Okay, so look, it's like right here. Okay, so if I wanted to turn this way, let's say that this is the right way. Okay, I'm just gonna use this and tighten it. And then you can feel it. It should be bouncing back a little bit like that after you tighten it. So you could open the door. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna get some tape, just hold this in place so that because this door, these little doors is kind of hard to work with by yourself. Hang on one second. So that it doesn't keep on falling on me. Okay. So, okay. All right. Good. I'm going to set this down somewhere right here. Okay. Now let's work with the interior handle. Okay. Notice when it comes, the interior handle is off. Okay. When you get the package. Okay. So you're going to first determine which way. So let's say that, so you kind of put it together and see, okay, the handle needs to go this way according to your door. Okay. Okay. The video went kind of fast. Okay. But basically, you put this in the right orientation. And then with this model, it comes with this tiny little hex screw that looks like that. So the interior side is not put together yet. Okay. So for the interior side, you put that in there, that hex key in there, screw, sorry. Okay. And then you use the same hex key and you tighten it. And by the way, okay, the VE 019 is very similar in the installation. It also comes with a hex key like this. Okay. And it installs the same way, by the way, just so you know. Okay. So I have that done in there. See the hex screw goes in there and tighten it. Okay. Okay. Now you put it together. The cable goes under. Okay. And then you put the mounting plate on the other side. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Mounting plate. Okay. Again, this with this brand, we always have a this side against the door. So that side you're not these words are not supposed to see. So this side against the door, okay? And this little thing goes through this hole, okay, is where this goes. And this wire goes on the bottom here. And the two mounting bolts goes here. Okay, so I'm gonna put it together. Okay, and the mounting screws. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat here a little bit to make it a little faster by using the, don't forget, we always tell the customer do not tighten the mounting bolt with electric screwdriver. Okay, so so it's okay to use it a little bit and then just make sure that you tighten it with a hand screwdriver so you can feel how much you're tightening so you don't over tighten or too loose. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Mm. Actually, I think it's a little over tightened. I'm gonna loosen it just a little bit. I feel like I'm using too much pressure there. So loosen it just a little bit. Yeah, because you see how like I'm trying to loosen it a little bit and I have to use a lot of pressure. That means it was over tightened. Okay, so that should be good. Okay, the plate should move at all, but these screws shouldn't be, again, shouldn't be over tightened either. Cable goes into the place, and then you put the interior screws. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to, you see the wire goes into here. Okay, gonna put that together. Okay. Okay, so that's on there. Okay, very good. Now I'm gonna, so the interior screws, the interior assembly screw, in this case, it's already in there. You see these three screws? It's already in the hole. And it comes kind of like that in the package. So I'm just going to go ahead and tighten that so it catches into place. Coming, the cover is coming off. Not catching into place right now. I think the wire was blocking it. So hang on 1 second here. Too much wire. Yeah. So on this one, You can push the wire back into the hole a little bit, just so you know. Some of like KS01, KS02, you don't want to push the wire back into the hole too much because um the it might block the dead bolt mechanism from catching in moving onto the for moving the dead bolt electronically. But in this one, um, it's okay because it's a little bit different. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay. So right now, look, inside. Okay. Outside. Okay. So that's the default. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at the video. Complete all previous steps first. Otherwise, or the lock may misidentify the lock direction. So before you put the battery in, like, I want you to finish install. So basically it's with any of the base customer, you know, a lot of people sometimes they will say, oh, it's not working, and then you try to troubleshoot with them and it turns out that like they don't even have the lock installed in the door yet. They just wanted to try it, connect it and try it, see if it works. Yeah, if they do that, guess what? Like when they actually get when they actually install it, they may need to do a reset or reinstall because the lock is supposed to learn the direction. Okay, at least most of them are for the DDs. Okay, that you have to set it up or set it up manually. Okay, for the rest of it, it's supposed to when you put the battery in, it's supposed to identify which direction the door is opening. Okay. So that's why they have this warning here. If the lock was powered on before the installation, reset it manually after installation. Okay, put all the battery in. So I'm gonna go grab some batteries. Again, like all most of the base products, what do we suggest on the batteries? Anyone? Anyone? It's a little pop quiz. What kind of battery do we suggest people to use?
Duracell.
Yeah,
Doubly
Duracell,
alkaline, non-rechargeable.
Energizer, alkaline, non-rechargeable. Yes, yes. And what else?
Double A alkaline.
New batteries. New
Oh, new
batteries.
batteries. Yes.
Yeah. And try not to mix, do not mix old and new battery. Do not mix, like sometimes even mixing brands. We do not recommend. Why? Because, they could have different voltage, right? So these are all the things that we usually remind the customer. Okay. Okay. So earlier when I first put in the battery, the first four batteries, did you guys see this lighting up already? Okay, so I have all the batteries in. Okay, so very good. So this is KK Homes. Let's go ahead and go through the pairing, okay? Let me grab my phone. Where is my phone? Oh, right here. All right. So we're gonna open up KK Homes. Okay. So we're gonna go to add a device. Okay, immediately you can scan like all the KK Homes ones. You can scan the back of the battery cover, which is there's a QR code. So whenever a customer says QR code, okay, they're looking for a QR code. They're talking about the KK Homes because only KK Homes has a QR code scanner like this. Okay, and if they're saying that, oh, I have the RZ07 or VE029, and then they're looking for, oh, I cannot find the QR code, something is wrong. They're probably using the wrong app, right? So anyway, so the KK Home, and then before we don't even need to scan this because before we do that, we can already see it popping up already. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hit connect. Okay, all right, I have installed, yes. Okay, and then you have, and then it's telling you to reset it, but you don't really necessarily have to reset it with KK Home. So I'm just gonna say that I have completed the setup. The next, okay, it's searching for it, trying to connect. Okay, and then it says, please confirm master code. Okay, so let me see. I don't think I have set up the master code on this. Let me check it out. That's weird. Okay. Verification successful. Okay. There's still a default. So I'm gonna, usually this doesn't come up. It usually it's supposed to ask you what to set up the new master code, but I'm gonna go ahead and just enter the default. Okay, so I entered the default master code and it's saying that it's wrong. So in this case, I am going to go ahead and reset it. So when this happens, then you don't need to reset the lock. Okay, so I'm going to reset it. Verification failed. Verification failed. Restore to factory settings. And then it just said restore to factory settings here. Okay, door and closed. Going to connect to it again. Okay, and verify master code. Okay, now it's correct. Because before, if you done a reset or you never set up your master code, it's supposed to ask you to set up your master code in the KK Homes. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up. 1713. Okay, I'm gonna hit confirm. Okay. Next. And remember, add pin code as extra pin code. So to make it simple, just go ahead and ask the customer to skip. Okay. Okay. So I already have the gateway connected. So it's asking me to connect to Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna put in the Wi-Fi password here and hit next. Okay. Now it's complete. I'm gonna hit next, and then it's asking me to add a name. I'm gonna call this VE029. Complete. Okay, so now I have VE029 here. Okay, I'm going to add you guys show you how to add, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my thing and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit share on the bottom. Okay, and then because I share with you guys already some of the other locks already, so you guys are already on the list. If I'm going to share, if customer is sharing with someone new and their app is new, obviously you're gonna have to hit plus, okay, and then select the lock, and then you can share it with family access or guest access. And hit next, okay, and then you can share it by email by adding their email in, or share with a code, with a QR code. Let their phone scan your code if you're right there. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to just select sharing and then just add you guys to it. Or you guys can also just go ahead and try scanning this. Nicole, why don't you try to scan this and see if it gets added?
Okay, give me 1 second. Um, okay. Yes, thank you. Got it.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, so that's how you share. Any question?
Oh,
Yeah,
not
do you
for the
have a
moment.
question?
Not for the
Okay,
moment.
all right.
Mhm.
And
Thanks.
I'm going to share with you all the other ones that I have on my list. Okay, VE018. Do you see it? VE017.
Um, yeah, I have something. Oh, yes. Accept,
Yeah,
accept, accept.
some popping up. Yeah, okay, good.
Yes.
Okay,
Thanks.
cool. So that's how you, once you have that person already on the list, like, then you have multiple lock, you can just add that person and you can select which ones you share as well. Okay,
Okay.
so that's another way of sharing. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, other than that, it's KK Home, so it all works the same. How you add fingerprint, lock, unlock is pretty much all the same. Okay, so this one, okay, so on this one, and remember, KK Homes, it's okay that you set up the master code or other codes or fingerprint first, and then connect to it. That will still work. Okay, and that's kind of different from the DD lock. Okay, um, and that's it. Defaultly, okay, so I'm gonna add something here. So I'm going to the device settings here. Master code under settings can be seen by the original admin. So Nicole, if you go into that and go into settings of this lock, okay, you cannot see the master code. Is that right?
Mm, no, I can't.
Okay, yeah. So that's because you're the second admin, but you are able to
Mhm.
lock and unlock. Okay, so right now, defaultly with this lock, defaultly from the outside, it's locked, and from the inside, you can always open. It's always unlocked on the inside. You can always open the door. Okay, so why don't you try to unlock the door from your phone remotely? See if that works. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
Okay. So
Pretty
you don't
easy
have
to
a third.
use.
Okay. You don't have a third knob. A third. How do you say? Yes. Thumb
A what?
turn. On the inside, a thumb
No,
turn? You don't?
no,
Okay.
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so with
Got
this
it.
model, yeah. And remember, this one you cannot rekey either. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just like the 1.8. Okay? Just like the 1.8. Okay? Look, the 1A, there's no thumb turn to lock either. Okay? From the inside,
Mm-hmm.
you can always open the door. From the outside, it's always it's defaultly locked on the outside.
Okay.
Okay? Got it?
Yes. Pretty
Okay.
much.
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
I
All
I
right. I'll
didn't
share
see
the video.
everything because I was picking up
Okay,
calls,
that's
but
okay. I'm gonna share the
I
video.
understood.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just the installation is a little bit different. That's all. Okay, but the way it works is very similar to the VE011A, the VE02A. Okay. It's very similar. Okay, and the app works
Okay.
pretty much the same as any of the other KK homes.
Okay. Okay, bro. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
All right. You're welcome. Okay, I'll talk to you later, and I'll share this
Okay.
video
Thank
now.
you. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, April.